fixed, and I'm going to go listen for the audio real quick, so give me just a moment, and I'll find out and see if the audio is better. I mean, I have no idea what was happening with the audio. And I'll find out and see if the audio is better. I mean, sounds a lot better, so it sounds like we've got this communication problem fixed. We're working in our RIP, and what we're going to do is just drop the Betty image down. And I just want to work on the page size 23.12. We're going to rotate Miss Betty. Make her fit on there under a 90. And now it's telling me Betty is too large. So let me just take and do this. I don't know the answer to that question. Thank you for answering, or asking, I'm sorry. We want to remove. And I'm just going to turn Miss Betty sideways. Export Betty. We'll call this Betty Sideways. I wish I had my stand here so you all could see what I'm doing, but we're just going in here under our Epson driver, and we're going to look at our page size. And what I want to do is just go Epson 23 dot, pick that up right there, 23 by 12, like this, and close that down. We're going to go ahead and click this right here, open up our Betty 2. And that means that Betty 2 in Photoshop is going to be, what, 18 inches sideways? Let's see what her original size is, 13 by 19. So we'll come right back over here and open up Betty number 2. She should be thrown in there sideways. And now we're going to go get Betty number 2. And we're going to resize her in this job because she should only be 18 inches wide. And you see how that just brought her down. And we're going to want to change our page size here to a 12. So we're going to want to go in and edit this because our page size is a little bit off for Miss Betty. However, in height, we can do 11.75. That's kind of cool, or 12 even, and then it'll adjust it correctly. So now it's 17.5 inches in height. And of course, we definitely want to center this to where it's just not so big. But let's go back over here on our page, and we're going to add new media here. And instead of, wait, I want to change the size here to at least 12.5. And this one is 23.5. You see how it just scored it correctly here? So we don't want to print that just yet. We want to be able to drag this down. We just kind of want to go stop and port fail for just a moment while I work on this. We're going to go to Q, make sure this is in the right setup. Give me just a minute to find this. 12.5, that's the one I want to use. I need to put this down. My hand's falling asleep. Sorry. And since I have a new printer installed, I have to install a new printer driver. It's usually how it works, right? Now I'm going in and I'm adjusting the rasterization, changing the color, just making sure that we get a good white layer on this thing. And that's going to help to, make it feel like it's not a solid print. We definitely want to mirror this. And let's see if we can get this off to print. Oh, I know what I wanted to change, my color options. And what I'm going to go in and do is load my profile, which my profile should already be loaded because I made a profile for this printer. So this kind of gives us the idea with the rasterization of what we're going to look like. And you have the availability to change your midtones in here. You can adjust the image, come to the halftone properties, and we're at 20 right now. So if we go to 28 or even higher, you'll start to see a difference, So 28 is where we want to be. That's about fine right there. We look at the black. And what this is going to do is help we can go to color boost, all this down here. We want color boost like that and go OK. And then that should rasterize the color as well. Let me check one more thing. Now we're in color rasterize with holes. And then we want to look at this and probably go to easy adjustment, increase our saturation. Now it'll give us an image adjustment here. And let's send this thing off to print and see what it does. It'll probably make me install my driver again. Oh, right, I got to go set the port. I knew that. Man, my hand gets to where it's hurting. I'm going to have to set up this port again, which means I have to reinstall the driver. This one, we're using a different port for this printer, so give me a second to figure out where the port is on here and set it up. Listening to see if I hear that doo-doo-dunk. And I haven't heard it yet. Don't know why it's not doing it. Let me look for something. Maybe it's in here. Let me go ahead and install this new printer real quick, and that'll solve our problem in the control panel. All of these printers on my computer would blow your mind. So we're setting up the port. This way it'll allow the printer to say, hey, this is not the printer over at Susie Art. This is not the printer down the road. You're trying to install the very printer that you're working on. So we're just letting the software locate the printer. And then here in just a minute, I'll download the driver again. Maybe I already have it. Going to Epson's webpage to install the driver. And then it should be able to say, hey, Ernest, we found the printer. Taking a while to download the driver. Wonder if I have a lighter. Oh shit, all my pot's in the car. Sometimes I just wonder why I do that. You know, I walk out, I leave the pot in the car. Man, it pisses me off. All right, so it's going to set up this driver for this printer. And then we should be hearing the booter dip. And then we'll close this down. There you go. Completely, successfully installed. So let's go back into our printer options real quick. And we're going to set our port up. We want to go into the printer setup of the RIP. And is our ICC profile? Our ICC is on. Great. Now let's go to open. And let's see if the printer will recognize it. Sometimes you have to shut down the RIP after you just install the driver. Other times you don't. You have to go reinstall the actual RIP driver. And that seems to be what's happened here. Just give me a second and I'll figure this out. All right, so just on the flip side, what I'm going to do as well is have both of these going. Kind of tells me which one will take control of the printer real quick, just to run these tests. We're going to close this one down. Let's click cancel there. Let's close that down. Let's close this. And now let's go over here. And then we're going to go to control new file open. We want to slide up here, quick access, and we want to look up Betty. And then we're going to go over here to our printer and change our models so that we're under the right model of printer. All right, so now, once I get closed out of this, what do I have? CYWK, M white white? Yes, that's correct. So if I come into the printer and I'm at resolution of color 1440 by 1440, or I go a little higher, I can do that as well. Remember, these Epson printers allow you to print at 2880 resolution, and that is 3 times greater, more quality than the Asian Chinese printers. But again, as I say, you know, the Chinese printers are always fast, without a doubt, and you can make a ton of money with them. can make a ton of money with any DTF printer. It's just how much do you want to be working? All right, let's print and see what happens here. We don't want to, and just see if it communicates. Now, the difference in AcroRip versus CADLink is that CADLink will actually let you go and set the platen height corresponding to the printer, and AcroRip will not let you change the platen size. But what we're doing right now is I just want to see if the printer is going to communicate, which it should, and then we'll start the printing. Boy, I got a lot of transfers to print. We have to print 112 transfers. So the best thing to do is just set the printer on and let her print. And it's going to send it off. It'll tell me whether or not it'll error right here. And then I got to go, why is it erroring? Why are we having a communication problem? It's either communicating with one of the other drivers on there. Oh, that's a different printer. That's why. So let's stop right there, cancel. And I don't know why it was using that driver. Oh, that's why. What a doofus. Had the wrong driver set up, everybody. I apologize. There we go. Should work now. So I had a different printer driver set up in the RIP, and it was telling me, hey, I don't see that printer. And that could have been what was happening over at the other one. Let me see if you all can still hear me. So I just came here to say you're doing an amazing job. This is from Panzer Division. I'm really thinking about getting one DTF printer, but I won't stay too long on your stream. I'm going to sleep now. Have a good sleep, man. Happy dreams. At least you're not spending gasoline money driving around. Somebody just messaged me and told me they were interested in one of our DTF printers. That is until they find out that I really don't drive south. You guys can come up to me here in Boston. Pisses people off, you know. What in great God's name is going on? Printer offline. How can that be offline, man? Am I on a different printer or what? Do I need to go take off all the 7890s that I have and reinstall them, all the 79s? And let's try this one right here, see if that gets to it. Okay, so this is port on copy one. Maybe I've got too many of these drivers installed and I just need to go take them all off. Sometimes that's the only thing you can do is just go in and remove all the drivers. So we'll know right here, if that's a problem, we'll just take the drivers off and start them, you know. There we go. So it was driver number one. I guarantee you, everybody, and who knows, maybe in the future I may have 2 or 3 Chinese printers, but right now these printers can print, you know, like I said before many times, 360 nozzles, and if you lower the resolution down, it prints rather fast. So we're going to see. We're going to see if our ink settings are correct, and we're going to see if, you know, the platen is high enough. Here we go. And what we're looking for is in the consistency of the white. If there's any dripping, we need to pull the white back. You know, we're printing on a, if you're watching, Barry, this is your transfer, by the way. And we'll just see what's going to happen. Let me turn this around. So I thought I did, I'm in a different rip, so I didn't rasterize it, but what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to hit pause, just like this. Now I'm going to do something for you so you can watch. And we're going to get one more of those, if I can find those little Q-tips anywhere. Where are my foam tips? I just need one foam tip. Sorry, everybody. This will make perfect sense. Here's some foam tips. I can use this one. My batteries are dying, so I'm going to have to come off of the device here. Now we're just going to lift this out of the way a bit so we can lift that up, and then we're going to go to cancel. Okay, hold on. I need to get some screwdrivers to make that happen. All right. So let me find these little screwdrivers, and then I think I can get this printing. But you can already see, you know, from the point that you just install your cartridges to the point that you fill up your lines, this is the easiest printer. And I'm telling you that, in all honesty, an idiot can get this printer running. Hold on a second. There. You know, so like I said, an idiot can get this printer running. It's not that hard. And these are incredible pieces of equipment. You saw me set them up, and there's people all across the country that struggle with these things. It's so hard to set up. It's not. It'll get to printing right where it was. Now, you know, granted, I know this is going to feel like a heavy sheet of paper on your chest. You can rasterize it. You know, you can do so many things to this print to make it reasonably nice. I brought a powder bucket, and we're going to throw it under one of our heat presses. And I'll show you guys a little secret you probably never knew. It's one of my favorite secrets, by the way. So we're going to come over here, and hopefully I don't trip the breaker. Oops, didn't know that was on there. All right, so we're going to move this mousse over here. And I have two cords, so we're going to hook up to these two cords. Just like so. Perfect white color. The white is sticking directly to the film, which is good. So we're going to come over here and move my cutter out of the way. And then we're going to turn on our Geonite. Just going to make sure I'm plugged in. And I am plugged in. Let's hit our power button. Man, this is a press that is a monster of a press. Did I plug it in? It looks to me like I did. This is a funny heat press because, I'm all about the Insta 256. As you can see, print's coming out just fine. We're not having any leaking or anything like that of ink. Let me just see if I can't recall where on this thing the wonderful switch to start it is. I forget to use when I use this device, even though it's been in the dungeon forever. Where's my power button? Anybody know where the power button is on a Geonite? My enemy. The thing I don't like about this heat press, it's so damn heavy, right? It is extremely heavy. Oh, our print is done, so give me just a moment. Give me a second here. There's a paper skew error, and when there's a paper skew error, you have to slice the paper. And let me just, for the sake of something, come over here and grab my skizzers. Where'd you guys go? You see what I'm talking about? You can run kitty kitty, but you can't kitty kitty. So this is a perfect print. Barry, if you're watching, I hope you like your print, man. I'm just going to sit it over here and let it dry a bit. And then we'll get to powdering. All right, so, everybody, that's all you got to do. This printer is not hard to run at all. And let me just make sure that I have my ear pads in here. Thought that I had them, but I don't. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Ed. And, the thing that I want to show everybody is just how easy this printer is to print. Now, I like to let my transfers dry. At the same time, when I'm running our conveyor dryers, you cut that sheet, you powder it, you throw it under the heat press, or you throw it under the, you throw it onto, man, I forget where. It's so funny, man. I've had a Geonite for years. Oh, it's under it. Right, I recall now. All right, so this is now on. Hopefully I don't throw a breaker, but I don't think I will. And that's the setup. So I'm just going to hang out and show you what I do. Two things that you can do. You can powder your transfer instantly. And there are several ways that you can warm up a transfer. You can utilize a heat gun, you can utilize a heat press, you can utilize one of our conveyor dryers, you can utilize one of our powder shakers. Our powder shakers take 7 to 8 weeks to get in. They're quite expensive, but they're great. You know, for those people that have that 220 power source and they want to, run their prints and just print and walk away. That's what I love about the powder shaker. I love that actually about the conveyor dryer. I can print a 24 by 36 or a 24 by 60, 24 by 72, and I can powder it by hand. It's not that hard. You can make your money back when you buy a printer from Brother Ernest, me, or my wife's company. I don't own the company. I'm not an owner or controller, anything like that. You can make your money back. If you're out there and you're watching and you have a Facebook group and you're not a fucking jerk, you're not a what I call a know-it-all cricket mama. I love cricket mamas. I too was once a cricket daddy. But if you're not hot-headed, right, you can understand this process is so freaking simple to run. If you're a humble person and you want to meet somebody like me, a good friend to help you get printing, I'm that guy, right? I speak great English, unlike other companies out there. We have our own professional tech, not kids working for us that don't know how to replace a printhead. You know, we are a legitimate company that can help get you in the profit. So, the interesting thing that I was telling you is that what order do you set your ink up when you have 11 cartridges? D, I don't know. That's a 10 channel printer with a matte black and a photo black, and you set your ink up according to your RIP. Your RIP tells you how you set your ink up. A key point that I like to make is I like for all of my whites to be in light colors. When I'm running my 10 channel printer, I don't run 4 whites, I run 2 whites and fluorescence in the others. There's no RIP for it right now, so it's fucking a nightmare. It's very hard because the RIP hasn't progressed. Acro RIP hasn't progressed to do the job that, let's go ahead and powder this, yeah? Acro RIP has not finished or they've not set the RIP up, man. It's very frustrating. So we're going to go get our powder bucket. We're at 137 over here. Our powder bucket is here. If you're watching and you need transfers, reach out to me. I will print you the best transfers that you can get for a very reasonable price, right? So I think my 12 by 18s are like $8 or something like that. But I'm not going to print for cheap, pennies on the dollar, like other people out there with these Epson 13-inch printers, right? I'm not going to print cheap. I don't do stuff like that. I have no ambition. Now this is actually our fine hot peel powder. I think it's the best powder that's on the market. And all I'm doing right now is just kind of getting all the big, globs out of there. I love this powder, and it costs me a little bit of money to bring it in by the drum. At least enough money it pisses off my wife every time we reorder. But in essence, it's really good powder. If you'd like a transfer printed live while I'm on the air, please make your order. And if the business gets big enough, I can always put in 10 printers in here running, powder shakers as well. The thing that I didn't want to do is get so focused that I'm printing transfers for people, because I love to travel and meet new people in legal cannabis states. If you're not in a legal cannabis state, I'm not going to travel that far. You can travel to me and, get your transfer printed. And you could obviously realize that, you know, yes, the Chinese printers are fast. There's no doubt. I've been hit up by Oddly multiple times to carry some Oddlies. You know, all these different companies have reached out to me, the Subly Star, and so many of these. And maybe once I'm out of Epson's, you know, once we run out of our 107 units left, maybe then that's the time for me to get, you know, into the Chinese printer. But I just love the fact that these are so easy to print with. Okay, let's go ahead and get this powdered, will we? And I'll show you what I do, just like I've always done. You know, there's powdering machines that you can use, and there are also methods like this. So I just take my transfer. Once I got my transfer in here, and you can either you know, the powder machines are certainly a better method to use just because they're faster and they save you time, and you know, you're not inhaling all the powder, but you know, you just want to get that good layer of powder over your transfer. And you know, with the powder shaker, guys, that I sell, they're about $10,000 unless we use one of my other ones, and they're a little bit less, about $7,000-8,000, but you can get them from anywhere. I think my earpiece just died. They have no more audio. Can somebody a like or a comment or something if you can hear me now that the audio's gone away? What I do, take my, you know, feather duster and give this thing a good dust. All right, Mr. Barry Corey. Thank you, my friend, for your order. I appreciate it. That's your Betty White. I'll get her out to you in the morning, so that'll arrive to you in just a few days. So get her under the heat press over here. Oh, I tell you. That, everybody, is money, money, money. And, you know, you can only get faster and faster and faster, you know, as you add in the DTF powder shaker that we have, or your conveyor dryer. You need a printer. Hey, come get one, my friend. I'm right here in Boston, unless you're in a legal state. I just want you all to see. You're in Philly, dude. I'll drive to Philly. Philly's a legal state. My son lives in Philly. So you can take your transfer right here and put it directly on your heat press if this is the method. Now, don't close your heat press. If you do, it's going to ruin your transfer. And or you can use our conveyor dryers. And if you use our conveyor dryers, they're so simple. You know, you cut your transfer powder, boom, put it on your dryer, and it's dry in 15 seconds. And then you press it to a shirt. How much money could you make? If I were printing that transfer right there on a shirt, you know, 20, 25 bucks, specialty shirt. I think we maybe printed that transfer in what, maybe 3 minutes or so. And so you can make say you're selling that transfer right there, 12 by 18, and I'm printing those every 3.5 minutes, every 3 minutes. And that's $8 for every 3 minutes. And what I normally do is I just print nonstop. Let's print this transfer for a lady here that wants these transfers printed. So we'll open this up and we'll go to new. We'll go to our quick access. And I just need to find out where under the quick access it went. It's usually at the very top. So something just happened. There we go. We don't want to use Betty, but we want to use the one that says, is it Autism 2? Is there a way I can do a quick look or a preview? Like, I just want to be able to preview it. Where did I do it? Autism 2, I know what it is. Autism 2 is the one I want. So that should, I mean, yeah, that does. So we're looking at 23, but the image size is layout. Let's look at this. We're going 23 right here. We want to do 23, and that should bring it to where we want to see it. Thing that I don't know because of the preview, let's go ahead and change my background color in this thing if I can. I forget if I can or I can't. Some of you guys would know. But we definitely want to mirror this because it'll print backwards. 23 by 12.5. And the color on that looked good. And let's print this. So let's set a timer, right? How long will this take us to print once it sends off to the printer? I'm gonna have to run out to the car and get a battery or a cord. Let me go to my watch. Shit. Somebody start timing. There it is, timer. We want to do stopwatch. And then once it starts printing, we want to hit start. Okay. Let's see if I can see in there. Oh, that's coming out good already. We've got that good negative space. Just like the image right here, in which we can pull this up over here. And that's what we're looking at right here. And then we'll flip the camera around. So far we're at 31 seconds. And we're printing 2 transfers. This is what we're printing. And then over here, you know, we're at 282 degrees. Sorry, we're at 282 degrees over here. Woohoo, look at those little letters, I'm telling you, man. Do you think you think you can buy one of these printers and make yourself $10,000 a month? I've seen people do it. I could just sit here printing transfers all day. And, you know, if I got busy enough, I'd run 2 printers, 3 printers, 4 printers. But what I like to do with the businesses that sign up with me is I send my transfer orders to them. One, it's out of mutual respect. And 2, you know, you buy a printer from me and I get some shekels from orders, I'm going to send you an order. And then here in just a minute, we're going to run some printing on this. I love this thing. I love it so much. So bought it from Epson, completely refurbished. Certificate of their warranty with it. So right now we're at 1 minute. The idea is if you can print 2 12-inch transfers, these are 12 inches wide by 12 inches tall, and if you can print 2 transfers every 3 minutes, that's $16 every 3 minutes. Just think about that, if you will. $16 every 3 minutes, okay? Now, out of every 3 minutes, you have 60 minutes, so obviously there's 23s in there, but just say you run $16 times 15, you know, 15 transfers. Let's look at them again. So we've got 2 transfers, and we want to have this done in 3 minutes. Now, another thing is that this is a transfer that I could reduce the resolution to 720 by 720, but I didn't do that. I printed this at the resolution of 2800 by 1440. And I did start a little late on the timer, so just be patient. We're right at about, you know, 3 minutes. So look at that. That's 16 bucks right there, and the transfer's done. Finished. Right at stop. Where's my stop button? So we're done right at about 33 minutes and about 15 seconds. If you lower that resolution down to the same resolution of the Chinese printers, then you are flying, man. You're laying some ink down. I just made myself, if you think about it, $16 in about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. How many 16s are there in 3 minutes and 20 or 1 minute? So let's do $16 times 20. And that tells you that printer is making me $320 an hour times 5 hours a day printing times 4.5 days a week. That's $7,200 a week, okay? I want you to understand how much money you can make offsetting by doing your own printing. You don't have to send the print out of house. You don't have to send the print to a person that's gonna print it for you. You can print it right there. I can take this transfer to any business in the region and tell them, hey man, these are the transfers that I print. Screen printers are gonna order right there on the spot. So let's go ahead and cut the sheet. That's money. Let's bring it over to the powder station. Second, and we're going to print 18 more of these, okay? So if you're still there, we're going to print 18 more. So hold on, I needed 18, 2 right there, so I need 8 more of those. 8. Hey, we're at cruising speed, and let's see if we're... All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start printing these. And we need 18 of them. So let's go to our copy section in our RIP, and just for a moment, you know, remember, if this was hooked up to our powder shakers, then we just walk away and let the printer print. The printer was made to print. So 18, so we need to do 8 transfers because 9 times 2, but they only need 18, so I really only need 1 of those. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to repeat. Let's see, or maybe I can just do copy. Somebody just reached out to me and said, hi, Sabrina. How you doing? Hey, how do you like that, Sabrina? So glad. This is our friend Sabrina's watching, and she's the one that ordered, you know, these transfers. But look, Miss Sabrina. It's all right here, girl. Woo, I'm telling you, that's money. I better put my phone down before I scratch it. Hey, Sabrina, you could be here helping me print, you know? I mean, I'm printing all these for you, my dear. And, you know, always hustling. Let's get some more of these printed. What we're going to do is I want to change the background color because this is really screwing me up. Let me just think about how I changed the background color in the past. So we're working on a... I know my friend Gio down there needed some transfers. Let me see if he's still here. Where's the Gio? All of a sudden I've logged out of my Switch account. It says my phone battery's low. I got to figure out how to charge it. Maybe I'll do it right over here. I can't believe I'm out of ovens. God dang it. Hey, Gio! Why don't you come back here, man? You need some transfers, bro? All right, man. Take it easy. I'll see you soon. All right, so I'm so glad everybody's watching. Let's see if we have any questions. The Epson Stylus Pro 4000 is not a good printer for DTF.
I've tried to make the 4000 run using the 4800 driver and did not have good success. You may figure it out, but here's how I do things, you know. I just really don't have time to deal with printers that are hard to deal with or out of circuit or inventory. I have a lot of printers, Eddie, from 17-inch models to 24-inch models to 44-inch models. Give me a call, 508-318-8788, and or send me a text. You know, you can always send an email, info@liveeventprinting.com. I have to talk to a guy. I'm not going to be at the shows, and I just think that the shows are not profitable for me because I have to discount, you know, and it just, you know, I kind of found that every time I sold somebody a printer at a show, beyond my friend Carrie, is that they were very problematic. I didn't like the show. So I have a buddy coming. I'm going to restart the video. Well, let me powder, let me powder Sabrina's print really quick. And then we'll just put you right here. My wife's asking, where am I? They always think I'm out partying or something, which I never am. You know what I want to do? I have a little cup that makes life easy. Where is it at? It's like a little powdering spoon. I guess I can use this little cup right here, right? I take this little cup or this little nozzle, and what I want to do is just grab my transfer here and powder my transfer with it, you know. This is obviously, you guys won't believe me until you try it. Trust me. This powder is the best powder I've ever used. It's not from STS or any company like that. Powdering machine is the way to go, right? It's the easiest to use, and you certainly don't have any issues with wasted powder or anything like that. Of course you don't anyways. The cool thing about, you know, this is that it's such a versatile product. You know, once you get your item powdered, and then all right, now once we got that done, we want to hit it with our static duster, okay? And that's going to get the ink or the powder off of all the tiny small little places with some ink. See that? You guys just learned something. You can use a makeup brush as well. Once we have this transfer ready to go, you know, we can't heat up the transfers, you know, on 2 sheets at a time. That's okay. Now let's get this over to the heat press. And until I get more dryers in and until I get more shakers in, I'm using heat presses, you know, but thankfully I have a lot of them. That's money. What do you think, Barry? You're going to be doing this soon enough, my friend. Transfer's ready to mail out already. It's been sitting under the warmer. And then what I'm going to do over here is just kick this heat up. All right, so that's set. Now let's come back over here and just get this thing ready to print. And I thought somewhere, you know, I was able to change the background color, man, and I just really forget how to do it. Maybe it's under view. You know, I just forget all of this stuff because I'm just the guy that sells the printer and sets a person up and, you know, teaches them all the information they need to know about DTF printing. But somewhere in the file, you can change the color of the background. And darn it, I just forgot where the hell I did it. Oh, I think it's right here. Isn't it right up in there? I really forgot. It's definitely not in the setup. Although I don't need to change it. I already know what it's going to print, but let's go to layout. We're waiting on my friend Gio to show up. All right, so now we're going to print 3 copies of the 2, 4, 6. Okay, and you know, the cool thing about having the right setup, you know, and I'm not using just one hand. The cool thing about having the right setup with this printer is that you've got the right dryer. You've got the right conveyor dryer. You've got the, I've even cured transfers on flash dryers. So if you're a screen printing shop, dude, throw your transfer under the flash dryer and hit it for 30 seconds, you know, and that thing will be ready to go. But we're just gonna sit here and print these out. I got 110 transfers to print. I'm gonna fire up 2 printers and they're just gonna be going side by side. So instead of printing 2 transfers every 3 minutes, I can print 4 transfers every 3 minutes. I'm the guy with more of these than anybody in the country. I have more than McLeod, more than anyone. I'm the guy that would just make all this happen. So let's see what's going on. The printer is reaching to its final place, and so it would be starting technically right now, you know, if we're setting up a timer. Which, how do I get to my stopwatch? Let's go here to reset our stopwatch and go. So I probably lost about 15 seconds there. And it's what it's going to do is print us 6 transfers, okay? So 6 transfers will take 3, 6, 9, 12 minutes. 12 minutes to make 8 times 6. 12 minutes to make $50 fucking dollars. Dude, these printers are money makers. So take, for instance, we do 2 transfers every 3 minutes. We need 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. What did I print? 2, 4, 6. So 12 minutes, 8 times 6 is 48 all day long. Is that right? 8 times 6 is 32. Hold on, 8 times 6, I forget. $48, I knew that was right, I hit an error. $48 every 12 minutes, right? So you take that 48, just say screw it. 15, 30, 45, 60 times 4, $192 an hour. Times 5, bam, $960. Times 4.5 days a week, $4,320, okay? Times 4 weeks out of the month, one printer just made you $17,000. And this image is so nice, you could drop that resolution down to 720 by 720. And that's how much money you can make with a DTF printer if it's running nonstop, right? What are you waiting on? Go to the website, Live Event Printing, and order. You can also send a deposit. I do leases, yes, only in New England. We are not set up to do leases outside of New England because our attorney, who's a partner, she's on our website, Diane Tiverone, has, you know, is working on outside of New England. New York is not considered New England, but the Attorney General there is very specific about leasing, and so we're just, not really set up to lease outside of New England where our attorney practices in. Our lease rates are lower than credit card rates because there's something, you shall not lend with interest to your brother. And that's not what I want to do. I don't want to lend you money or have you get a printer with interest. Sometimes it's the only way to do it. So we want to be able to charge you the lowest interest in the country. So we don't use financing for prime banks. Those are A banks. We have financing that goes down to D credit with good interest rates that I would pay. So you can also put a deposit down on a unit. Have you ever done like tutorial videos to show people how to get started in this business? I have done tutorials and it seems like nobody really cares. I'm just the one guy that's going to shoot straight with you. Yeah, I agree with you, Jack, because I just want to make sure that when people get a printer, that the interest rates that they pay are fair, so some of our customers have gotten approved at 4%, and they're like, my credit's kind of jacked up, man. I got a lot of credit out there. So our lender is a New England lender. Let's see what it's doing. Hopefully it doesn't throw off a cut. Well, I sent several copies. Maybe it'll continue. Hold on. The intelligence of this printer is just something else. So what it is, it just dropped down the print and now it reloaded it up and it'll start again. So obviously the thing that you would want to do is design in Photoshop, and no, that's the noise you hear from the printer. You design in Photoshop to where your prints are literally one on top of each other. So we won't do any more of these after this one. I'll push stop because it's like 7 inches in between prints. So in order to solve that, we come down here and do our spacing to distribute on the repeat. And we're going to change that to just 1 inch. So now it's kind of wasting film putting that much. So what I'm going to do is stop it here after the second print and then reorganize it to where it's not got all that space in between. Because, I've got 300 feet of film and I don't want to waste film. Yeah, you want to get the most out of your material. Film's expensive. So you figure if you've got 100 prints to do and your prints are a total of, 11 inches, then obviously you're going to use 300 feet. So what you want to do is break your images down. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to redesign this to where this image right here is just boom, 10 of them in a row, and then I'm going to come back with the words and print those to where they can sit on top of each other. So so a roll of film costs about $250 to $285. That's with shipping and everything out the door. So I just want to make sure I stop this before the third print so I don't waste, a foot of material in just blank space. See how the thing goes? The printer can run ticky-ticky, but it can't ticky-ticky. What's up, man? What's up, Gio? It's our friend Gio chilling out over here. Brother, I just don't have, what did he say? Not too bad. Yeah, you can make $50 every 12 minutes with this thing, man. People just don't get how much they have. Easy to set up, simple to go. Yeah, 2 transfers take 3 minutes to complete. That's big space now. So what I'm going to do is redesign it to where I'm just printing the ribbons one after the other, and then the words one on top of each other. I think we can hustle so hard, people drive to buy your dryers and your powder shakers. You know, it is what it is, man. That's the big one. So instead of 2, you'd be able to knock out 4 every 6 minutes. Do me a favor, man. Hit the delete, hit the job cancel, down arrow, job cancel, and then hit the left, or see the right, scissors, no, go to the right, all the way to the right, click that. Okay, click the scissors, and then it should give us a scissor break in a moment. Did you hit the cut? Yeah. Hit the right scissor again, and then hit the cut button, arrow down, and OK. This, my friends, is money. Let's take it to our powder station. By any means necessary, you know?
You got them Hummy yellows?
Can you grab that transfer right there? Thank you. And then I just sit and let these cool off or dry, you know? Let's show everybody, what was that, lines in there? Oh, that's from the film. Let's show everybody how we redesign this image to where I only print 18 of these in the words correctly, because this is a nightmare. All right, man. It uses too much film. Hey, do you have somewhere in here I have my weed. Yeah, right there. I'm good.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get into my Photoshop. Yeah, so the printers cost $15,000, and that's because there simply are no more in the company or country, and especially ones that have just come back from Epson. Yeah, dude, I gotta smoke a bowl, man. I look at this like, dude, I got a lot of transfers to print. The secret to printing transfers is to design them where you can use the least amount of film. I've been waiting for a long time. Great, man. Smoke on. Let me design this image really quick. And then we're going to just grab this right here. So what do we got? I got over here, let's count these up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to do 12 more. And over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 11, right? We're just going to kind of do this a very simplistic way. I'm going to print all these and then let the customer. I hope you're okay with that, Sabrina, but I have to reserve on film, okay? Sabrina will be like, it's terrible, man. I got to do all that work. It is the way the thing goes. So did I just grab everything that I needed? No, let's just grab this one, grab that one. Grab this one, grab that one, grab that one. And then we're going to move this all downward. And so what do we have over there? 6. Now we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need 17 and 18. So maybe I can, kind of scoot that down a bit, right? Once I can find out where that's at. Got it right there. Let's move this one down. Right now I'm just looking for the layers, which one is the one I want to move. And it's just trying to find it, I need to make room for the other prints. That's the one I want to move right there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I just need one more. How can I fit one more on this sheet? So let's just grab them all. What's up, Essential? How you doing? Thanks for reaching out. Man, I appreciate it. If this is your first time watching, I'm the guy that everybody hates the most. And I just got to fit like one more in there. Just like so. Let's see if I can start to lift these up. You'll see what I'm doing here in just a moment, okay? It will make perfect sense, believe you me. We're just going to make this one here. Essential, I didn't forget you, man. Come on. I'm just saying, I'm the guy that everybody hates the most. Yeah, I don't. People are brutal in this business, man. They're, people can be spoiled brats, and they never consider, anything but themselves. Selling these printers has actually gotten me to where I don't like people. But, try not to take that. Oh, thanks, man. People talk some mad news, when I go on a channel. I just, I say what I want to say, I think things are funny. What do I got over there? I forgot. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I need 17 and 18. That means we have to make our image longer. So 25, let's do 30 and see if that's long enough. 24 by 30. And then, of course, I'm going to have to click and drag everything.
that I'm not printing, because then we're going to have to go back 3. I'm going to grab that one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we can move all this. And then what we'll do is we'll go upward. Like so. We want to put it right at the top. Check it out, see what I'm doing, guys. I'm just, rearranging these. I'm grabbing these two and moving them up, kind of having to move everything, get it away from a border. And it's primarily those outside ones that are problematic. When we're trying to save that space, that's when we want to move up right there. So let's take layer 3 and we'll call this one side. Is that right? Layer 3. Okay, layer 6 is not the one we want to move. Layer 7, no. Layer 8, no. Layer 9, no. Layer 10, where the fuck is it? There you go. And it's all the way down here by layer 3. So we can move these two together. Right, now I want to just reshape this one. Hold on. We're just going to move that a little off so that it's not sitting on the side or too close to the end. And then what we want to do is try to move the top one. Number 9 we want to move. But we certainly don't accidentally want to touch another ribbon. That one looks okay. The number 7, I think it was, is the one that had to be moved. And then maybe we can just flip this thing over. It's not going to work. And then we're going to want to move down layer 9, I think it was. 7 is fine. We want to move down 10. 7, no, where the hell is it? 6. 6 is the one we want to move down. Let's go ahead and reverse this around so that it sits just like that. And it kind of fits in there. I don't know if it will though. It's not going to do it. Let's go to Control Z. You should have dumped that Oki a long time ago, man. You will never make your money back with your Oki, no matter what you do. It's just too problematic, costs too much money. If you're printing against somebody like me, I have a 50-cent cost. How much do you have with that Oki? And this is why Oki printers cannot compete with a screen printer or a DTF printer, because the prices are just too damn low, you can't do it. My cost to print one transfer is 50 cents. Yeah, so if you paid only $1,000, which model did you get? Not sure. What's a print boss? What do you mean? Oh, the 711 white toner. Gotcha. Well, you can make money with it. You can make money with anything, I guess. Thing you want to do is just try to get out of debt with it. You have 2 of them. Way to go. Got to start somewhere, man. That's good news, though. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do I have over there? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So we need 3 more. So let's try to get 3 more in here. And we are ready to print. $13, $14, $15, $16, $17, $18. We're there. Okay, let's get this printed. Click this, go export, and we'll do 7 ribbons. We'll throw it into our RIP. We're going to go File, Open, and we want to do 7 ribbons. And then we'll go back and do our words. It's taken a while just to load. Sorry, I should have recognized that you guys couldn't see. So then we're going to come over here to the width and do 23.5, and that's going to get them the correct size. And then the height of here is going to be, what, 29? And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to walk right over here and double check again just to show you. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we'll do the words and we'll be done with those in roughly 15 minutes with the whole thing. So let's go ahead and get this a little bit longer. We'll do 31 inches. Hold on, Control Z. We don't want to do that over here. It's 31 inches. Let's do 30. There you go. Now the real question is did I marry this? Right, because we're like this, and then when I print, I'll be like that. Let's go ahead and center this out. That's ready to print. And let's give that a go. Let's see where we're at over here. It takes us forever. Still not ready yet, but man, that's going to take a long time. Dude, son of a bitch. The struggles of selling my dryers. I sold them all this week and reordered from Vastex, and they're like, Ernest, we're not going to have any dryers ready for 4 weeks. And I'm like, 4 weeks? I really need to print some transfers, man. A little bit irritated. So this is still going. So we're printing a 23.5 by 30, okay? What we're gonna do over here, I can't because I'm out of battery. Somebody start a timer. Is there an online timer? Let's see if there's one online. All right, so I got us a little online timer here. And remember, I have the resolution really maxed out for a very simple image. It says, please wait. I hope you guys order some transfers. What size print to cost? I don't understand what you mean. What size costs to print 50 cents? Please rephrase. I don't know. What size costs to print 50 cents? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't, shit. What, so, oh, so you can print a 12 by 18, it's 50 cents. Remember, your film is going to cost you right at $285 by the time you ship it in, maybe $250, you know. So your ink is going to run you about $300 for your CMYK. Add your whites, you're at about 400 bucks. To print this right here, well, the rip will tell me how much ink it costs. So I know to print a full 24 by 36 inch image, roughly costs about $1.50. So a game sheet, that's kind of what this is. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go print the right amount of ribbons here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just need to print these words. Which the words will be super simple. I'm gonna go design those now. And then look at the thick white layer. That's money. That is literally money in the bank. Now, what I wanted to do is show you all a different way that you can warm up, you know, a transfer, because we'll come over here. And this is hardly giving off any heat. So it certainly won't be ready. What did you say? I didn't see that. Why? So I don't have a powder shaker or any conveyor dryers because they were bought this week. And I took another one down to Virginia Beach and thinking that Vastex would have more in stock. They're like, Ernest, we're on back order for 4 weeks. So here I have flash dryers and stuff. I just need to go get them out. And maybe a flash dryer would be the best thing I could use. Let me see here. You can use a hot air gun. It takes a while, but you know, it just blew a fuse. Shit. That didn't work out so well. Okay. I cannot believe I did that. Now there's not going to be any way to recover this print. Maybe it'll continue once I power on. May suck it back up. I don't know. Damn. I thought that I had that on an industrial print. Or an industrial dryer. Let me just open this up real quick because I'm going to need to cut the print from the inside. Let's see how I want to do this. Where's my razor blade? Move that print head over a little bit more. Just try to utilize or save what I have. The idea is to try to utilize the transfers that made it through. And then we can start this print again. So we're going to close this down, turn the power on, and then I'll figure out where else to do this at. I probably can't run both of these at the same time. Without blowing the power unit. All right, try this again. I really need this to work. I hope I didn't lose you all. My honey was calling me. I don't know what she wanted, and I don't have a way to tell. I guess I can message her on Facebook. Maybe she wants to come hang out with me. Now let's get this print off again, and I already printed 3, so maybe I can go into Photoshop and take off 3. We can actually take off the bottom 2, right? Where's layer 2 at? That's a little bit higher. Layer 11. Let's find our rip. Let's send this off to print again. Give it just a second, it'll come back to life. So I've been on for 100 minutes. But now that, now that the printer is set up and ready to go, everybody, it's money. How much money do you want to make? How many of these printers do you want running in your business? 2, 3, 4 of these printers? With one of these printers, like I told you, the amount of money you can make per hour is phenomenal. Printer's right back in print mode again. And then we'll bring our gun over here. Takes what? 1 minute? Yeah, it takes 1 minute, not 100 minutes. It takes 3 minutes to print a 12 by 12. 2 12 by 12s. When you're talking about the Chinese printers and they're printing 12 by 12s, they print like 25 prints every hour. We're doing 2 12 by 12s every 3 minutes. So that's what, 20, 24? So two prints times what? 2 prints every 3 minutes. I mean, you can cover some ground. You can make that money. And that's just at a low price. There's some people that are charging $3 a square, or $3 a square foot, which, you don't get a real two square feet out of this because the roll of film's only 23.5. Our printers are the only printers that can print borderless. We can actually print to the end. Whereas the Chinese printers, they can't print to the end because they have a paper or film cover on both sides. So based at that, I tell everybody, hey man, if you want an 11 by 16 and a half, that print is going to cost you right at $8. If you want a 12 by 18 or 24 by 36, that's 20 bucks. A 24 by 36 is 20 bucks. And of course, you can always go back in and we'll start the timer right back here, even though we're halfway done. Sorry. I gotta go find out where the timer is on this. I thought I had a timer somewhere. I guess not. I must have lost it. Oh, that's excellent. Is that it? No. Timer is a video, you know? I mean, that's the best thing I can do. I can get back to the video and tell you when we started this. So Essential says, get a UPS backup for that printer. Yeah, no shit, right? Single head printer, you can see here. Single head printer, 360 nozzles, 8 channels, whereas the Chinese printers are 400 nozzles, 2 printheads for your CMYK and your white. So, you know, when you're thinking about it, while they do print very fast, the Chinese printers, these things kick the holy shit out of a Chinese printer because they can print at that 2880 by 1440 resolution easily. And you're talking beautiful photographic prints, you know, that the transfers feel soft because you're not laying down that much ink. And in this case, I have the printer set at 2880 by 1440. We're just maxing out the print head. We're seeing what the printer can do. But as you can clearly see, man, these are money-making printers. So if you're in the Boston area, Braintree area, New England area, and you'd like a DTF printer, I can bring these out to you in about 2 days if I'm in the area, get you set up, and get you making that money. Yeah, well, I've got a lot of videos on my channel where screen printers fill the DTF print the first time, and they're like, this is soft, Ernest. It is so soft that it blows my mind. So I think we're almost done with this. I forget, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are in the original image? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now for the words coming up, what I'll do is I'll drop that down to 720 and watch what happens. Oh, gotcha. So these printers, if you go to our website, liveeventprinting.com, the printer with the ink, film, the powder, the rip, whether you get a 3-year warranty or just our standard 1-year warranty, is $15,000. The best thing about these printers is that any Epson serviceman in the nation can fix them. Think about that. We offer 3-year or 1-year warranty, 2-year warranty. We have back-to-back bumper-to-bumper warranties. You bring it here, I and our tech will repair the unit or even switch it out if time, doesn't make the difference. So what do we got? 1, 2, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We just got one more ribbon to print, we're done. Look at that. If you had 2 of these running, how much money could you make? Right? And if I were to install this printer in your business and you shut the hell up with all your ideas and you just listen to me getting it running, and then you monitored the things like your colors, you monitored the things like your humidity, you would do very well, right? So, in my opinion, these are the best DTF printers in the country. They're so easy to set up, They may not be as fast as an Audley, but they outperform an Audley in other ways. Again, the resolution, the ease of maintenance, the ease of use. You can open up the door. There's just so much you can do to make this printer make money for you. And, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 of those in this short amount of time at 2880 by 1440 resolution. That to me, I call it game over, right? I just want to make sure it doesn't get too far down to the bottom. So usually what we'd have is we would have an exit tray coming down right here. Thanks, man. Essential, fly out here to our shop, right? You know, take a one-day training course. We'll teach you how to tear this printer apart, how to put in a print head, replace your motherboard, because we want you to be the first layer of support. And then comes the Epson service manual. So in order to do this next part, I'm gonna have to put the phone down and then cut the film. So then what this will allow the buyer to do with the transfers is to utilize your game sheets unlike the other images. So shove a two-press process. You press the press the ribbon down, and then you'll come back and press your words. It's super easy. But that's because I may not have enough film to print 100 images that are 12 inches wide. So that's 144 inches straight down. All right, let me catch this film. Give me a second and I'll be right with you. All right, so we're gonna run this over to my powder table. All right, so we got those 18 done. Now let's get these words done. So what we're gonna do is just close off all these layers real quick. Okay, now we're going to look for our original image. I'm going to enlarge, and then I'm going to take out, can you guys see this? And then what I'm going to do, for the sake of space, is I'm just going to take this out and then watch. We'll use our Lasso Tool to do this. I mean, that is if I've got the right image selected. Just like that, and then we're going to click here, click C, and then what I want to do is delete in there, and we want to grab our select and deselect this, and then we're going to want to grab this and figure out the best way to utilize our space, which is most likely going to be this way. See this right here? If I were utilizing space myself, I would just completely remove that portion. So we're just going to line that up here. And then we're going to grab this because I want to be able to see it. Like that, just slide this down. Okay, what did you say there? Let me take a look. Yeah, so to get a hold of me, you can just send me a text message, 508-318-8788. That's 508-318-8788. Or send an email to info@liveeventprinting.com. I need to charge my phone. So I'm going to come back, set this up, and then print. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Come back for